able to buy over 160 Teslas and add them to our rental fleet. In this video, I'm gonna break down the step-by-step process on how we bought all these different Teslas, got them into our rental fleet and started renting them out. And now we're almost fully booked. We only have a couple cars left. All right, so this is our parking lot. As you can see, there's only a couple cars. A couple months ago, we had literally almost 160 cars in the lot. It was completely filled. As you can see now, we have very few cars here. So I'm gonna show you how we did it. So the hardest part about buying that many cars is actually finding one source or just a couple sources to buy them. Because if you try to buy one at a time from a dealership, it's gonna take you months and months, maybe even years just to buy the cars alone. So honestly, it took us a couple months just to find one good source to buy all the cars. Because again, it's not easy to buy that many cars, especially if you want to do it in a very short time frame. So a couple months in, we finally found a source that was able to help buy all 160 cars. So when you're buying cars in bulk, first thing and probably the easiest way to do it is become a dealer and buy them through auctions. And so we had our dealer license, we've had it this whole time. And so the way we were able to buy them is through Manheim, which is one of the auction sites. The way we bought them isn't just by buying directly through Manheim. They obviously have a really strong partnership with Tesla because all the Teslas after they get leased used to sell directly through Manheim at a 97 or 98% success rate, which means they're selling all the cars through there. And we talked to Manheim, we got a contact through there that was able to connect us with Tesla. And they said, hey, here's the deal. Before we actually send them to the auctions, we're gonna send you the list of 100, 200, 300 cars. You pick from them. You tell us whatever cars you want and you'll buy them before they hit the auctions. And that's exactly what we did. That's how we were able to buy 160 cars. Now let me show you all the cars that we bought. All right, so when we initially got the list from the people at Manheim, this is the format that they sent them. And essentially it was the VIN, year, make, model, how many miles that they had, the history, so whether they had accidents or not, the color, and then the wholesale vendor, so which location it's gonna go to, and then date offered. So essentially what we would do, because there's only specific kind of cars that we wanted, is we would copy this spreadsheet, and arguably we don't really even need all this information, put all this information in here. And the big things that we're looking for is we're going to create a filter, and we're only looking for specific years, makes, and models. So we would automatically take out Model Ys initially, like we were only buying Model 3s. So we only bought a couple Model Ys, and then mileage wise, we take out the miles. So like 98,000 miles, we didn't want that. So we'd take all these out, we take all this out. We'd only wanted cars that were like 40,000 miles. So we'd essentially take all this stuff out and then we'd be left with a smaller list that we'd send offers in on. Then essentially we'd send this to Manheim, they'd take it to Tesla, and then they'd send back offers. So like on another sheet here, they'd send back offers on what we'd be able to buy them at, and we'll say yay or nay. And essentially at any given time, we'd buy anywhere from like 20 all the way up to, I think our biggest purchase was like 60 cars. So now looking at our Manheim account, as you can see, there's just endless amounts of cars in our sheet right here. And we didn't even buy them all through Manheim. And the hard thing about this was when a car came in, we didn't know if it's gonna be clean or not. And we didn't get CR reports, which is a condition report, meaning you can see the car's condition before you buy it. For these, we had no idea. So we're kind of buying them sight unseen, which is a little bit risky. So when we bought them, we had to actually wait till they came in and then inspect them. And if anything was wrong, we had to do something called an arbitration. So as you can see, arbitration, buyer bought, arbitration, buyer bought. Arbitration means we go back to the seller and say, hey, we have two options. Either you take the car back because it's damaged, or number two, you pay us back for the damages. Some of the cars were so damaged, like some are like totaled that came in, so we didn't even want to buy them. But then some had like broken glass or broken window switches or stuff that was more minor or even dents. These are all the cars we bought. This is how we bought them. Now I want to go over how we're able to rent them out so quickly. So the hardest thing that you typically run into when you buy this many cars this quickly is how do I rent them out quick enough? Sure, you can list them on apps like Turo. Sure, you can list them on other platforms that do rideshare or Turo or whatever it is, peer-to-peer, but it's really hard to get them listed and rented really quickly. So let me share how we do. All right, so the way we were able to get all 160 cars out was not just listing on Turo, not just listing on one other platform. We did multiple things. So first off, the first thing we did was we listed on Turo. So we listed all the cars on Turo. We listed our cars on our website. We listed cars on rideshare platforms, which there's two that we primarily use. And then we also listed the cars with other brokers. The website, the biggest thing that was pushing most of these leads was we're spending about 20K a month in ads. So between all these different sites, we were able to get up to 93%-ish, 93% utilization in only a couple months. So something that we learned when we bought this many cars is we had to stock up on stuff. So one of the things that we stocked up on was floor mats. We bought floor mats for every single car and we already had them ready. So when the cars got in, we just immediately put them in. The second thing was wheel covers. Most of the rim covers, most of them already had it, but we wanted to have extras just in case. And then we also ordered covers for the screens, because what happens is when the screens get cracked, they're really expensive, so we just covered all of them with a little piece. But then we also ordered these Tesla converters, which convert it from a non-Tesla to a Tesla charger. So when the cars first came in, it's really hard to distinguish which one was which because they weren't in our softwares yet. So essentially what we did was we put the last for the VIN. So this is 1766. So we put 1766, circle it on the front and back of the windshield. We put the percentage of the battery that it's at. So if it's really low, we'd know, and we'd know to plug it in. So let's say this one's at 18%. If it's really low, then we'd put an underscore on it, and then we put anything that it needs done. So if it needs like a front windshield or some sort of paint done or damage, we distinguish it right here. So if nothing was wrong with it, this is how it looked when it came in. But if there was stuff wrong with it, we'd have it here. So windshield, and then back bumper, dent, right? All right, so all in all is about a 4 to 5 month process for us to buy the cars, get them prepped, get them reconned, get them rented. And now we're rented at about 95% occupancy, which is crazy. I mean, and our plan right now is we're looking at buying another 60 cars immediately right now. Same style, we're gonna try to buy them in bulk. And then after that, we're gonna do another big bulk purchase of maybe another 200 to 400 cars. So our goal is to consistently use this strategy, which is buy as many cars as we can in the best price that we possibly can, and then recon them, rent them out as quickly as we possibly can, and then just hold a really high utilization. So thank you so much for watching. It's been a crazy journey. I appreciate all the support, and I'll see you in the next video. Peace.